Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to UncutAlly. My name is Allie A.
My name's Chris. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And we're back with Kingdom Hearts.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. That's at the end.
Oh.
For a second, I was like, whose birthday is it? Oh, why did we just punch each other?
Your mic's all fucked up.
You're all fucked up. Chris and I both raised our hand at the exact same time, and we ended up hitting each other.
Yeah, were you trying to fix the mic too?
No. I don't know what I was trying to do.
You're trying to block me.
Yeah, I was trying to fuck you up.
Yeah. It's Wednesday.
It's when you guys watch this, it's Wednesday.
Donald's ass was just in my face. That was
Good.
a lot.
I'm sure it was hot for you.
Dog ball.
So we're fighting dog bulls to get power gems?
Stones.
Power stones?
Gems.
What are we getting?
We're getting lucid crystal.
Ah, perfect.
We need 6 more. Allie,
What?
update. I made money today.
Chris made money today. He didn't even tell me about this.
I don't have any Bitcoin anymore, but Tesla went up again.
Yay! Yeah, Chris decided. If you didn't watch last episode, what are you doing here? But Chris decided to sell his Bitcoin.
Very risky.
I wouldn't have probably. I don't know. I would think I went on about this last episode about how there's a point where it's like keep it if it's going down, but like if you're gonna make less than you put in, like sell it. You know?
Yeah. It's like defeat, you know.
Yeah. Defeats.
Yeah. The benches must be so uncomfortable. Like they're so slanted downward that like your butt would like slide off of them. Why are they so big too?
I don't know. I feel like they'd be good. They'd be comfy.
No, I think you'd roll off them. They're at like a 20-degree angle where your butt goes.
Where your butt goes.
What if they're slippery?
I don't know. I feel like they'd be comfy.
They're too big too. I have a lot of problems.
I just want lucid crystals, everybody.
Leave a like for that.
For what?
Lucid crystals.
Yeah, we leveled up. Woo. What level are we even?
29 is my guess.
29?
Yeah.
No, we're like 50 something. We're 56.
Okay.
Where have you been?
I've never looked at what level we are.
It says it when we save.
I don't look at that. Somehow.
You're stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
Stupid beach. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, how y'all? Huh?
Yeah, tell us,
Punk.
please. Punk little bitch.
Allie and I are gonna go see Sesame Street characters on Friday, probably.
SeaWorld's having a light festival. And we're gonna go to it. Because that's what you do when you have a theme park channel and theme parks are closed around you. Go to whatever you can.
Yes.
But I am excited.
I mean, it'll be close. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, it's the closest one. It's only, 20 minutes?
Yeah. It'll be weird. Because we should have went to SeaWorld. God damn it. I didn't know SeaWorld would close. No one knew.
Also, like, it didn't seem worth it at the time when there were other things that were open, like, you know?
Yeah, like, Knott's seemed a lot cooler than SeaWorld, you know? And also, like, SeaWorld has, like, really shit food, and Knott's has really great food.
Exactly.
So, like what would you rather do?
That's kind of what we valued it. Like, if we're going and all they have open is dining, why would we eat shitty SeaWorld food?
Yeah.
Now it's like, why didn't we eat shitty SeaWorld food?
Yeah, I mean, we should have put more value to the shows, I think, but it was like earlier on in the pandemic when things...
Ooh, you said the words. You said the words. Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
I have to bleep it out.
Yeah, don't bleep it out.
No, I'm kidding. It's not like we're making money on this video anyway.
Nope, not like I make money yet.
Not yet.
Don't even worry about it, bros and brodettes.
Yeah, wow, they're...
non-binary bros.
Are you PewDiePie?
What?
Bros.
Oh, remember that? Those were good times.
Bro fist.
I was obsessed. I used to like bro fist the computer.
Me too.
'Cause he would be like, get ready, you know, in Brofist. And
I would
I used
too.
to. I'm tearing up. Wow.
Oh.
I really like loved him. He was my first inspiration to do something like this. I still loved him, you know. I just think with everything, like, you get tired of shit.
His new videos are fucking great, or at least they were. I haven't watched them in a little bit. I mean, the fact that he's stayed relevant all these years is pretty
that's
crazy.
Amazing. I mean, for a while I refused to like watch his non-game ones.
Well,
So-
now he games again.
Because I was like, he's just jumping on trends. But actually, he was trying to just do whatever he wanted again.
Right.
Which I totally respect. For a while, I felt like he was just being cringier than usual.
He was.
Because he was like
To be fair.
overacting and shit. But,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just feel like he's a genuine person, you know?
Yeah, the ups and downs of a real human.
Like, of course he fucked up and like has faults and everything, but everyone does. And, you know, I don't condone what he's... I think a big part of being a fan of somebody is not condoning what they do, but also, like, understanding why they did what they did. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think he did anything grossly bad, you know?
It's not like he, you know, like, I mean, there's so many YouTubers abuse their power for, like,
Yeah,
really
at least
fucked
he
up
didn't
things.
end up being a fucking pedophile like every other YouTuber during
God,
that
they're-
age.
I mean, even now they're all fucking
I know.
pedophiles. It's really bad.
It's real bad.
I just don't get it. Like, it's very obvious you'll get caught because you're, like, being a pedophile under your YouTube name.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, hi, I'm this person. Like, show me blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like stop asking children for fucking nudes, please.
God.
If that's something you're into, like you gotta seek help, buds.
Yeah. That was a good way of saying it. Not like fuck you or whatever, but
No,
like, seek
I
help.
think it's a thing, you know? Like it's a thing a lot of people have this interest in children, you know?
Yeah.
And I am not condoning it. Please don't take this as that. But and I don't understand it. But as somebody whose sexuality, which is valid and based in consent and not with children, I get that if you see this as that, you feel like you can't help it. However, get help.
Seek help. Yeah.
Because that's not okay.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And
that's a good way to
that's the
think
big
about
thing.
it.
Like the pedophiles try and be like, that's our sexuality. And I'm like, you know, from a sexuality perspective, I understand how you feel like it would be, but it's not.
But like,
Because
morally, you can't.
my thing is inherently it is not based in consent because a child cannot give consent.
Right.
There's so many laws around it. There's so much science around it even, you know?
Yeah.
Where a child is not developed enough to give consent. I don't care who you like. It's that a child cannot give consent.
Totally, like totally fair, science-based
Yes.
approach.
A child cannot give consent.
Right.
That's the issue here.
See, I feel like there's got to be something else they like, right? Like, if you could like,
Choose?
there's a lot of crazy shit. You know, like there's a lot of crazy sexual shit out there. But once you're old enough to consent, you know, like
Yeah,
there's
like-
a lot of crazy things you could get into if you wanted.
Like,
you
people
know?
are into things that are illegal. However, if you're doing it with another consensual human being, nobody's gonna really persecute you about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's the problem that a child cannot give consent. That's the only issue. It has nothing to do with what you're into other than you being into a child is the same as being into somebody who is like asleep or
Right.
mentally ill, you know? They cannot give consent. Not mentally ill, but like has something where their mental capacity is much lower than their age or something.
Ooh, ageist. I'm kidding.
You get what I mean.
No, I do, 100%.
I hope everybody understands what I mean.
Yeah, I think that's
And
a
that
really great.
I'm not condoning it, however,
Of course not.
I'm not the type of person that's like, we need to murder all these people. Like, if they do something, I mean, I'm not for the death penalty anyway, but, you know, if they do something, then I get persecuting them.
Definitely.
However, I feel like a big thing that as a society we need to normalize is talking about why something's not okay and giving resources to help it rather than being like, it's not okay to like children. If you like children, you should die. Like, that's just asking them to be secretive and like find other people because they feel persecuted, and only people that get them are people that get them, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I think if we know, like, abusers are not okay. However, it's important to give abusers resources on how to not be abusive, you know? Like, I was extremely toxic towards Chris, and if you look at like toxic things, you always see people who are the victims of it. And while I think victims need resources and deserve resources and communities where they can, you know, get help, the only way it stops is, you know, if we're giving resources to the people who do it as well.
Yeah.
Why do we only support people after the fact? Why can't we be more preventative and be like, hey, do you feel these tendencies? You might be an abusive person. It's okay if it's not okay if you're an abusive person, but it's okay if you're an abusive person to seek help, you know? Stop the stigma of like, you're just ostracized from society, because then that's bound to make people become more abusive, you know? So I believe there needs to be more work in recognizing abusers and not condoning what they do, but making them feel heard and understood, and give them a place where you can not judgmentally hear why they feel like they need to be abusive, why they feel like they need to rape, why they feel like they're into children, you know?
Yeah.
I believe that with not normalizing it, but normalizing talking about it and seeking help for it rather than being forced to be in secrecy about it, you know? So that's my 2 cents on how we stop all the bad things from happening. There are other methods of it, but like that to me is one of the most preventative things. Normalizing talking about it, and normalize people who feel like they are in this place and are self-aware enough to realize, oh, I might be an abusive person, to talk about it with somebody, to get help for it, because it's less likely to foster. Yes, we got one.
Nice.
Jesus.
Fucking took a while.
With the amount we're fighting, you'd think we'd have a little more. Jeez.
I know. 5 left.
Jesus Christ.
So
you know what I mean? Just normalize that.
That's beautiful.
Normalize talking about it and seeking help and being self-aware about it.
Yeah.
And like don't feel ashamed of it. Don't condone it, and like don't feel good about it, but like stop feeling like you need to hide it per se. Seek help.
The episode's gonna be called Seek Help.
Seek help. I like it. Write it down. I will forget.
Seek help.
Seek help.
How the fuck did we get to this, by the way?
We started talking about child pornography. Oh,
But how?
YouTubers. We were talking about PewDiePie. I don't even think we ever said his name. We just started talking about Brofist.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
We were talking about PewDiePie.
Yeah, we were. Good lad.
Sir Felix.
Sir Felix.
Oh, this bitch.
Oh, fuck out of here.
All right, let's change the topic.
That was a great speech, though,
Thank
Allie.
you.
You're really good at talking about
It's
hard
just hard
things.
to talk about things like that because people like just, you know, we normalize seeking help for all the things where it's like you're the victim and like of course that's a bad thing, but like anxiety, like it's not your fault. Well, how about we treat some really bad shit that way? Because I get that it's bad and it like sucks to be like, are we really not gonna blame this person for it? But like, I mean, that's the movement with addiction and like sex addiction.
Yeah.
Seeing it as an actual problem rather than you just taking drugs and you're ruining your life. Like, think about it. Most people wouldn't choose to ruin their lives, you know?
Of course. Everyone wants to, or most people want to, you know, be a productive member of society.
Yeah.
I mean, like think of how, you know, you'd feel if you were just ostracized for being toxic against me or whatever, and like you never had any resources to like
To
fix
better
yourself.
myself. Exactly.
If I was like, oh, you're just a lost cause, like,
Yeah.
you know, like, how could you become the amazing person you are today?
Oh, yeah, that's me. Thanks. Yeah, and like, not to draw parallels because, you know, your sexuality is much more valid than anything else, but like gay people were persecuted because it was like, you can't help it. They saw gay as a mental illness, if I remember correctly, you know?
Yeah.
And I understand it in the same way that we look at like addiction and things, like you can't help it. But it's like, all right, then what's the problem with it though? You see, that's the thing.
Yeah.
There was no problem with being gay.
Right.
You just liked the penis, and you had a penis. You know, like who cares? It's only morally wrong for certain religions. And that was the issue with it. It was like, oh, it actually doesn't like hurt society if you think about it.
Right.
It hurts society with children because, not mathematically, biologically, children are like
Our children.
Their brains are not at the level of an adult.
Yes.
Gay people are two consenting adults. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You see the difference I'm trying to play here of like I can see how it started that we saw these things as bad.
Yeah.
But the key difference in terms of sexuality and like pedophilia and everything of that, because pedophiles try and like be like, we're a part of the LGBT. It's like, no, you're not.
Oh no.
No, you're not.
Oh no.
Not a sexuality. That's the difference. That gay people are based in most gay people. There are gay pedophiles. I will not say there aren't, but most gay queer people are into being consensual, and that's why it's not the problem.
That's just the best when everything's consensual. It's just the best because you just have a great
Why
time.
wouldn't you?
It doesn't even matter. You're just having a great time.
Why wouldn't you be consensual?
Of course.
The fuck.
The fuck.
The fuck.
The fuck. Wow, it's been 16 minutes.
Jesus, I went on a
Wait.
rant. I hope I'm clear on like
You are.
my morals and that I'm not condoning these things. I just believe that we need to talk about getting these people help and not ostracizing them and like showing them that it's morally wrong without making them feel like the only people that they can go to are like-minded people, because then that's how they become fucking like clusterfucks of them. It's always like a breeding ground.
Yeah, it's the same with so many things. Once it's exiled, I feel like it gets worse.
It does.
Like, I don't know. I was talking to like people at work about this today, but like the whole having all like of Trump stuff banned, all very valid. He should be. I agree, should be banned. But I just worry that banning all these places where these people talked will just force them into obscurity even more, and they'll be more extreme. They'll be on like secret forums and shit, and like that's just like not what you want. You know, you want to integrate these people back into society and have them realize what they believe was wrong, right? You don't want to just flat out like hide them. You know what I mean?
Now that's a little different for me.
Okay.
Just because that's an ideal.
I see. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Like I genuinely feel like most bad things. I just feel like that's much more objective than what I'm talking about.
I agree.
And I don't know. I think the problem of why, all the white supremacists and everything came back during this time is because we had a president that openly spoke about it and condoned it. I think that's the big issue. That we gave them a big platform for it.
That's fair.
While I agree that, now they will hide and, fester.
I guess they were before, and that was a lot better than this alternative.
It was much better than this because at least it didn't make other people be like, oh, that's an okay thing?
No, that's
true. It gave them resources to find other people,
That's fair, yeah. Like, you could just find people, like-minded people, a lot easier, which is, will make you more extreme even in that way, right?
I think if maybe we had a president that talked about it in a condony way, that would have helped. I guess it isn't different than my initial mindset of
it's
speaking about it in a condoning way. I'm not gonna say that white supremacy and pedophilia are similar because
of course not.
I feel or addiction, one is an actual sickness and one is I feel like you grew up in an area where you got fucked, or you are just you have some fucked up ideals. And
yeah,
I just feel like there's so much out there that says it's wrong. I don't know. I guess it still goes to the same point of it. That
it's a little harder though to.
It is a little harder just because there's just no, I don't know. maybe I just hate them. I mean, not that I don't hate child rapists. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I don't know why it feels different to me.
It does feel different. I know what you're saying.
I think I will say it's not different. I think if we talked about it, we don't need power crystals.
God damn.
I think if we talked about it in a condony way, I think a big issue of it is that we have a president that talked about it in a "you're my men,"
Yes.
my good boy,
Good boys.
I think, but to that same point, we've talked about racism being bad for years and they still exist. But then again, we've talked about child rape as being bad and it exists. So I guess it is kind of the same in that we're not talking about it. We stopped talking about racism in a condony way and we just kept being more racist. So yeah, I see your point. I go back on what I said and I do agree with Chris's point. It is similar. That banning everything is like hiding it.
Yeah.
But I think given everything that's happened, we feel the need to hide it much more just because it seems like they're only growing in power.
Right. No, I think that's
doing
true.
some worse, like some fucking terrorism shit.
Yeah. No, it's very true. Like,
it's different, but the way we're handling it is also completely wrong. There's not a president. I think if the president was, condoning child rape, I think the same thing would happen. Where suddenly it feels like that's okay and more of them would pop out,
Right.
I think it does work the same way. You got another one.
Woo!
So yeah, I will say that it does work the same way.
Ooh, we only need 4 left. Also, it's a time episode-wise.
Okay, but what were you gonna say to this? Because I feel like I finished my point and and I convinced myself that it technically is the same.
I was just saying it's harder to feel like it's the same, but like the more you think about it, it's the same.
Because it's just harder to see white supremacy as a mental illness.
Right. Well,
and like a thing
really
you
not.
can't control.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd love for them to find out that it is, and then we're putting all these white supremacists in therapy. They need it.
That'd be great. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard because we've never like lived in a place like that, or don't know what they grew up thinking, and like there's a lot of things. I think they seem so foreign to a lot of us. Like, what the fuck were they taught? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how did they grow up like so differently from other people in the U.S.?
Yeah, but it's like. That's the thing.
It's like still inexcusable.
There's so many people who grew up like that it's to them it's not different than the people in the U.S. The people in the U.S. feel this way.
Well, I guess like their whole fucking community feels this way because they all have lived this way.
Bigger community than you fucking want it to be.
Yeah. And now they have the internet.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying. Like, now they're gonna create like their little cesspools. I just feel like those already exist.
Yeah, that's true. They existed before and they'll continue to exist. But hopefully this'll not recruit more people, I guess.
That's kind of what the difference is to me. Like, banning them is like the same way of like shutting down child pornography sites. Yeah,
true.
New sites will pop up, but maybe one less person sees this.
Right.
And one less child's picture goes away, There's one less community where a black man is going to be lynched,
Exactly, that's true.
I feel like it's the exact same, where we're normalizing talking about race, you know what I mean? And we're normalizing talking about what you can do to counteract your inner racism.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about with, like, child molesters and everything, like trying to give them resources of like how you can stop and do better. And we're finally moving away from like cancel culture and more like accountability. Like, it's okay if you did something racist, take accountability for it. Here's how you can do better. Of course there are bad consequences with both racism and child molestation, yada yada yada, but I just feel like it's a net positive to take it off of such major sites.
Yeah.
and to keep combating where it's growing, because those are people who are not getting help, and that's the main difference that like I feel like I was trying to get at, but it ends up it's not a difference actually. It's this very big similarity. We're getting rid of places that are cesspools for it. We're not getting rid of places where you can openly talk about your issues about it and seek help.
That's fair.
We're getting rid of places where it's like, oh, you're planning on blowing up a mosque? Like, oh, okay. We're not talking about here's a seek help place where like a bunch of white supremacists can talk about how they've recovered from it and finally learned that, oh, white people aren't the only ones with rights, you know?
Yes.
So yes, I will go back to my point of I disagree with what I initially said, that they're different. They're not different. And to what you're saying, I think it's important that we're taking down such things because they became mainstream.
Right.
And we're taking it down from mainstream.
I see. I agree with that.
So that's why I'd say what your example is not us getting rid of the places where they can seek help. We're getting rid of the places where they can grow and they can sit in their hatred rather than try and stand outside of it.
Mm-hmm. Wow, we're on the same page now.
Yay!
Good job. Woo!
I worked through that, man.
You did. Good job.
Now y'all see my thought process.
It's a very good thought process.
You like my vibration?
Yeah, man. Nice vibe.
Thanks. So I just went off of, I know I said we'd change the topic and then we didn't. The bottom line is we need more places where people can
get help.
Openly talk about what they're growing through in a way that they can seek help. Not in a way where, and of course people are going to say, well, in those places they can find other people who feel the same way. It's like, yeah, but we're trying to gear the conversation towards why what they're thinking and feeling is wrong.
Yeah. Rather
than how they can grow in it, you know? How they can go through it rather than grow in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So there's an inherent difference there. And it's for anything that is morally wrong, I'd say. Morally wrong things need, and morals of course are very flip-floppy, but we need more places where people can grow rather than where they can grow into whatever they're into or feeling or murdering. Sorry I went on it. That was a long.
That was a rant.
I didn't want to talk about it that long. I just felt like I was like, why do I initially see this as wrong? And I went through it, and then I found out it was actually not different at all. They're the same. Everything's the same. Just fucking do better, people. That's the bottom line here. Do better.
Seek help.
Provide resources for people to do better. And seek help if you're not doing better. Be cognizant enough to know when you need to seek help for something that you're feeling. Both good things, bad things, questioning things. Like, not only just, like, child molestation and everything. Like, even good things. Like, if you feel like you're gay, go look at resources to feel... So, how you can go through that.
Yeah.
Not condoning gayness. I'm just saying, like... So, you can discover more about yourself. And discover how to, like... Get help if you have issues. Any issues. Good issues, bad issues, all issues. Education's so important. Seek help. Anyway. I think that was a pretty nice bow to put on the end of this.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Hope I don't get flagged for saying child pornography like a million times.
There's one more.
Just so you know, I'm not into it. I'm condoning it. While saying people need to be able to get help for it. Help. Help to deal with it, not help to keep doing it. Clear? Clear. Okay. Anyway. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day and a happy birthday. I will not speak about this the next episode. This is a one-off topic. But I'm happy to talk about it in the comments or if you DM me. And I will share my thoughts with you and you can share your thoughts with me. Cool? Cool. Love y'all, boy.
Bye, everybody.
Did I say have a great day, happy birthday?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, have a great day, happy birthday anyway. Times 2. Okay, bye.